Some moments in life don't fade with time. They don't turn into distant memories or harmless stories you laugh about later. Instead, they stay sharp, clear, unsettling. These are the moments that make you question what you saw, what you heard, and what might still be out there. Tonight, I'm sharing 3 situations that still don't feel real. 3 experiences that never found logical explanations. And 3 moments that changed how these people see the world forever. Story 1. The man in the parking garage. I used to work the night shift at a small office building in downtown Phoenix. It wasn't a dangerous area, but once the sun went down, the place felt different. Empty. Quiet. Like the city was holding its breath. My shift ended at 2:30 a.m. Most nights, I walked alone to the parking garage across the street. The building had 6 levels underground, and my car was usually parked on level 4. The elevator rarely worked, so I always took the stairs. One night in late October, I noticed something strange as soon as I entered the garage. The usual sounds were gone. No distant traffic, no humming lights, no echoing footsteps, just silence. I started down the concrete stairwell, my footsteps the only noise. Halfway to level 2, I heard something else. Footsteps. Slow. Heavy. Behind me. I stopped. So did the footsteps. I told myself it was just another late worker, maybe a security guard. Still, something felt wrong. The sound wasn't coming from the stairs above. It was closer. Like whoever it was had been walking just a few steps behind me. I continued down. The footsteps followed. When I reached level 4, I stepped into the dimly lit parking area. The lights flickered weakly, casting long shadows between the rows of cars. That's when I saw him. A tall man standing near the elevator doors. He wore dark clothes, black jacket, black pants, black shoes. His face was hidden in the shadows, but I could tell he was staring directly at me. He didn't move, neither did I. The air felt heavy, like it was pressing down on my chest. My instincts screamed at me to leave, but my car was behind him. I cleared my throat. Elevator broken?" I asked. No response. I took one slow step forward. He took one slow step forward too. The sound of his shoes echoed across the garage, sharp and unnatural. That's when I noticed something else. His footsteps didn't match his movement. The sound was delayed. Like the echo came a second too late. My heart started pounding. I turned and began walking faster toward my car. He followed. Not running, not speaking, just walking. I reached my car and fumbled with my keys, dropping them onto the concrete. When I bent down to pick them up, I felt something cold pass behind me. Not a breeze, not air, something else. I jumped into my car and slammed the door shut. The moment I locked it, the lights in the garage went out. Total darkness. I sat there, frozen, listening. No footsteps, no breathing, nothing. After what felt like minutes, the lights flickered back on. The man was gone. The elevator doors were open, and on the concrete floor in front of them were wet footprints leading inside, but no footprints leading out. I quit my job the next day. To this day, I still don't know what followed me through that garage, and I still avoid parking structures at night. Story 2. The phone call from my own number. In 2019, I lived alone in a small apartment complex on the edge of a quiet town in Ohio. It wasn't a dangerous area, but it was the kind of place where nights felt heavier than they should. My building was old. The hallways smelled faintly of dust and cleaning chemicals, and the walls were thin enough that you could hear your neighbors cough through them. But most nights were peaceful. I worked from home as a freelance editor, so my sleep schedule was strange. I usually stayed up late and slept during the day. One night around 11:45 p.m., I was sitting on my couch watching random videos when my phone started ringing. I glanced down and my stomach tightened. The caller ID showed my own number. At first, I laughed to myself. I thought it was some kind of glitch or spam call. I answered anyway. "Hello?" There was no response, just silence. Then I heard breathing. Slow, deep breathing, like someone was standing right next to the microphone. I pulled the phone slightly away from my ear. "Who is this?" I asked. Still no answer. Then a voice spoke. It sounded exactly like me. Same tone, same accent, same way of speaking. "Don't go to sleep tonight." My heart started pounding. "This isn't funny," I said. The voice on the other end laughed. But it wasn't a normal laugh. It sounded broken, distorted, like it was coming through damaged speakers. "You won't wake up if you do." The call ended. I stared at my phone, waiting for another call, but nothing happened. I checked my call log. It showed an outgoing call from my phone to my phone at the exact same time I had answered it. I hadn't made that call. That night, I turned on every light in my apartment. I locked all the doors, checked the windows twice, and sat on my bed with my phone in my hand. I didn't sleep. At exactly 3:12 a.m., my phone buzzed again. This time, it wasn't a call. It was a voicemail from my own number. There was no missed call. I pressed play. The audio was quiet at first. Then I heard footsteps. Slow footsteps, like someone walking across a wooden floor. Then a door creaked open. The sound was painfully familiar. It sounded like my apartment door. Then my own voice whispered, "I'm already inside." My chest felt tight. I jumped up and ran to the door. It was still locked. The chain was still on. Nothing looked disturbed. But I didn't feel safe anymore. I grabbed my keys and ran outside barefoot. I sat in my car until the sun came up. When I finally returned to my apartment, the place looked exactly the same. But my bathroom mirror had a message written across it, as if someone had traced letters through steam. "Don't sleep alone." I moved out 2 days later. I changed my number. I deleted every app. I even bought a new phone. Nothing strange happened again. But sometimes, late at night, my phone still lights up for no reason, and I never answer. Story 3: The Road That Didn't Exist. In the summer of 2021, my friends and I decided to take a road trip through rural Montana. There were 4 of us. We wanted to see empty highways, abandoned towns, and places most tourists never visited. We rented a cheap motel outside a small town and spent our days driving through forests and mountains. One night, we were returning from a remote hiking spot when our GPS rerouted us. "Faster route available," the screen said. None of us questioned it. The new route took us off the main highway and onto a narrow dirt road. There were no streetlights, no road signs, just darkness and endless trees. After about 10 minutes, we started feeling uneasy. The road didn't feel normal. The trees were too close together. The sky looked darker than it should have been, like the stars had vanished. Then the radio turned on by itself. Static filled the car. But beneath the static, we heard whispering. Very faint voices. Not in any language we recognized. The GPS screen went black. The road ahead stretched on endlessly. No turns, no houses, no signs, just the same trees repeating over and over. Then we saw headlights coming toward us. A single car, approaching fast. We pulled over to let it pass, but it didn't. It stopped directly in front of us. The driver's door opened. A tall figure stepped out, but there were no details. No face, no clothing. Just a dark shape standing in the road. Our engine suddenly stalled. The whispering on the radio grew louder. The figure started walking toward us, one slow step at a time. My friend screamed and turned the key. The engine roared back to life. We slammed the gas pedal and drove straight through the figure. The moment we did, the road vanished. We were back on the main highway, 10 miles from where we had turned off. The clock on our phones showed 4:44 a.m. We had only been driving for 30 minutes, but according to the time, 4 hours had passed. We searched for that road the next day. It didn't exist. No maps, no signs, no records. We never spoke about what we almost hit that night, but none of us ever felt the same again. Some situations don't come with answers. Some experiences don't leave evidence. And some moments stay with you forever. Because once you've seen something that doesn't feel real, you never look at the world the same way again. If these stories disturbed you, then you're in the right place. This is Dreadora, where fear feels real. If you survived till the end, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Dreadora, and comment. I'm not alone. More terrifying stories are coming soon. Stay in the shadows.